Man, this is like that time when I was Piccolo's slave. Everyone kept calling me Geeko. I couldn't get Chi-Chi to like me. I must have hit my head harder than I thought. Hey guys, DB right here, and today I am continuing with What If King Piccolo Defeated Master Mutaito? Now for those of you who don't know who Master Mutaito is, he was the teacher of Master Roshi and Master Shen, the Crane Hermit. And well, this told a very interesting story of planet Earth basically being engulfed in darkness, the human race more or less enslaved, and King Piccolo is now ruler of the earth. And King Piccolo certainly has been enjoying himself, living up to basically enjoying his reign, all the way up to when Goku makes his would-be appearance after his home planet is destroyed and the events of DragonBall begin. However, of course, in this scenario, things have gone very differently for young Goku in this point in time, being captured by Piccolo's legions early, and little Kakarot managing to summon up enough power to actually defeat a couple of those monsters. Piccolo decided to try and enslave the young Saiyan and ultimately turn him into a force for evil. And well, mind you, interesting plan, definitely an interesting method, but ultimately didn't work, but mostly because Piccolo didn't really have enough time to really work on Kakarot more. So yes, his name would be Kakarot here. And well, if you think Master Roshi's trained Grandpa Gohan in this reality, or the Ox King, I'm gonna answer that right here. No, he hasn't. Yes, Muten Roshi is still alive. He's still alive. He's old. He's managed to learn the evil containment wave, and has since begun discussing with Kami, who has seen forth to basically summon him up to the lookout, train him, and hopefully the two of them can stop King Piccolo together. And well, none of them have become aware of Kakarot as of yet, but they were about to. Because well, one day, when after Piccolo was done torturing the young Saiyan for the day, and of course, actually making Kakarot stronger, you know, Saiyans, the Zenkai boost, getting stronger whenever they're brought to near death, and Piccolo would torture the brat to near death. So, Kakarot is stronger than what he is in this reality, but he's very timid and scared of using his powers. Like, you could say he doesn't know really, well, he doesn't really know how to fight. He's never really had to use his ki before, except for when he, at the very beginning of his arrival, when he took out a couple of Piccolo's legions before being apprehended. And that was by luck. And Goku's still very much a child, a very timid and scared child. However, that didn't matter till one day, the full moon happened to be out and was shining through the dungeon window. So at least Goku got a room with a view, you could say. You know what dungeon windows look like, you know, it's not like a window in a house, it's just a square hole in the building with some bars on it. Well, it shined through, and Kakarot was able to get a good view at the full moon. He transformed into his Great Ape form, and ultimately escaped from King Piccolo's clutches. And with the increase of power in his Ozaru form, King Piccolo couldn't even re-apprehend the boy. In fact, he was nearly killed. Lost his arms and a leg trying to apprehend him. Piccolo regenerating himself, obviously, and figured, with this kind of power, I will never lose. Kami won't be able to stop me. So now, we're now heading into where the story continues, with King Piccolo and his legions are basically spending all this effort trying to find Kakarot and reacquire him. King Piccolo has now decided it is now time for the real training of Kakarot to begin, as well as his final efforts to bring the boy permanently under his control. And well, they're not having much luck in actually finding Kakarot. It's just because he doesn't actively use his ki at all, so he's not leaving off any power signature for them to sense. And that's not because Kakarot has learned to conceal his energy. No, it's just the fact is, he's never really used it before. You can't sense what you can't use, I suppose. That's sort of my argument there anyway. I mean, I don't recall an instance where Goku and the others sense, normal people that don't have any power levels that they can sense, or I think they only sense people who know how to use their energy and ki. I think. So, with that, Master Roshi has since been sent back to Earth under the task to find Master Shen the Crane Hermit, to convince him to take up training with Kami, learn the evil containment wave, which will ultimately increase their odds in stopping King Piccolo. And as we know, the incident with King Piccolo with Master Shen, that's what began Master Shen's change and ultimately turned him into a bad person. It's ultimately when Master Roshi lost the friend he had. And yeah. And well, since then, Master Shen has basically been keeping out of sight, hiding. He actually hasn't started up his own school in this timeline. After all, King Piccolo's around, his legions around, they'd easily find him and destroy him, along with his whole school and students anyway. The only pupil that Master Shen has in this timeline is his younger brother, Tao. And, well, they're just basically turned into a couple of bandits, basically, robbing people that they can, doing what they can to survive, and hopefully, just staying out of King Piccolo's radar. A complete misuse of the martial arts, as of course we know. And well, while Roshi's on his journey to find him, this is actually where Master Roshi is attacked, but it's not by Crane or Tao, or even King Piccolo or his legions. No, it is a little Kakarot who's trying to steal food from the old master. After all, Roshi's now the age he is in the original story. And well, how that goes is, Roshi strikes the boy with a real powerful blow. I mean, he always sort of sensed the attack coming, but didn't realize who it was. He thought it was one of Piccolo's minions or something like that, because the energy does have a bit of malice. After all, it's Kakarot, tortured by Piccolo, and before that he was a Saiyan. So there probably is a bit of malice in his in Kakarot's aura or ki. So, yeah, Roshi struck him like he was a serious threat. Then got a good look at the kid and realized he just struck a little kid with a tail. And don't worry, Kakarot's fine and everything. A little, ooh, that hurt a little bit. And Roshi's, I'm sorry about that, but you really shouldn't sneak up on people. And you hear the grumbling stomach of Kakarot. So you're just hungry. And well, he goes to try to give food to the young man, but Kakarot's just completely timid and scared. He's just like crawling away behind a tree somewhere. And well, this is where Master Roshi basically sets up camp for the night, starts a bit of a fire, and is roasting something he hunted on the fire. And the smell is definitely getting to Kakarot. Come on, boy, join me. And well, after a little while, the boy does come along the campfire, and Kakarot starts eating. And Roshi's asking him, you know, what his name is. And Kakarot, since he was being isolated by King Piccolo all these years, he can't really speak much. He knows enough to say food and his name. So he answers Roshi by telling him Kakarot, and the only other word that or Kakarot rather, has in his vocabulary at the moment is Piccolo. Where'd you come from? Piccolo! And this caught Roshi by surprise, understandably. But as he looked at the young boy, he could tell there was fear coming with how he pronounced the name. So he was able to catch on that he obviously escaped from Piccolo somehow. And judging by the kind of power he was sensing from the kid earlier, when Kakarot tried to jump him earlier, he can understand why King Piccolo might want him. There's certainly a mysterious power within the kid. And, well, Roshi basically assures him that that man will never hurt him again. And, well, you can imagine Roshi becoming horrified after he has a look at all the scars that are on the boy. And, well, from there, Roshi, along with Kakarot, who has now decided to accompany Roshi, do manage to indeed find the Crane Hermit and Tao when, well, they essentially try to do the same thing as Kakarot tried to do to Roshi. And, well, after a bit of a fight and exchange between the two, Shen obviously recognizes Roshi, and vice versa. So you're still kicking up, you're still walking around, huh, old man? Takes off his little ninja mask in disguise, revealing that that is indeed the Crane Hermit. You want to talk, you old crane? And, you know, they get into a little discussion, a little bit of their arguments. You know, bit of one of their arguments and discussions they're sort of famous for in the Ten Shinhan saga. But after they stop for a minute, they both just sort of laugh. After all, there's no real hatred between the two at the moment. After all, there's none of them had any pupils, so there was no rivalry or anything for that. No reason for them to really hate on each other. And Mercenary Tao is like, Mercenary Tao saying something like, what was it? So you're the second-rate martial artist my brother's been telling me about. Second-rate? Second-rate? What else has this old crane been telling you? And, well, this is where Tao and them sort of notice the boy's like, "Hey, who's the Rugrat? Is he your grandchild or something?" No, he's a little child who escaped from King Piccolo. He tried to rob me, and well, haven't gotten rid of him since. And hey, well, Kano just sort of staring at Kakarot. Kakarot just puts and goes, "Oh, Crane! What? How dare you? I'll have you know I could destroy you, you little runt!" "Oh, Crane! Oh. That's it! Prepare to meet your maker!" And, well, Kakarot is able to actually dodge Crane this time, and, surprises Crane, giving him a kick in his face and sending him through a tree. And, well, this is where, Roshi gets a real good glimpse of, Kakarot's power, what he's really capable of. Roshi's just figuring, I'm glad the boy didn't pound me like that. So surprised. And, well, we're now at, Crane Hermit's, homestead. Crane Hermit and Tao's homestead. "So what is it you want, Roshi? Why have you come here?" It's like this. I intend to face King Piccolo again." What? Are you insane? Master Mutaito couldn't even stop him. What makes you think you're going to be able to stop him? A second-rate martial artist like you. Because I've been instructed in the ways of the martial arts by Kami. What? Kami? They've all heard of Kami, but as far as they knew, he was just, you know, God. So that's what Kami was in the show. You know, just some religious mumbo-jumbo that no one really believed. And, well, turns out it's actually true, and, well, if you've been trained by Kami, then what do you say me and Tao put you to the test? And the duo essentially attack Roshi. Roshi agrees to the battle, and ultimately Tao and Shen can't touch Roshi. He has since been trained up by Kami, and well, it's just unbelievable. You know, Master Shen hadn't seen skills and abilities like that since since Master Mutaito. And, well, Roshi asks, and, well, whether or not they will join him in stopping King Piccolo. And after what Roshi just did, and of course learning the evil containment wave, Master Shen sort of sees this as the perfect opportunity to get back at Piccolo. And, well, with that, they're actually on their way to the lookout. And, well, luckily Roshi has the power pole, because after all, like I said, he didn't train Gohan or the Ox King in this timeline, so he hadn't bestowed the power pole to Grandpa Gohan. If that is how Grandpa Gohan even got the power pole, I'm not sure on that one. But I'm pretty sure Roshi would have been the possessor of that before Grandpa Gohan. And, well, before that, both Tao and his brother, the Crane Hermit, do run into Korin first, and, well, they are put through his training for the Ultra Divine Water and actually go through the training properly. And Kakarot also decides to join in for the training too. And well, to everyone's surprise, Kakarot got it down in a few days, where it took Crane Hermit Tao about a month. Took them about a month. Just Kakarot's unpredictability and childlike nature, and as we know, Kakarot's pretty smart for picking up things like that. Copying, mimicking Master Korin, of course, helps significantly. And after that, they all hop aboard the power pole and take a journey up to Kami, where all of them are now ascended, getting ready for the final battle with King Piccolo. And I think that's actually where we're going to leave things for right now. So what do you guys think? Do you enjoy this story? How are things going to go with Tao and Master Shen actually joining forces with Roshi? And and what is to become of Kakarot? Will he be able to gain control of his ki and be able to prove a good help in facing King Piccolo and his legion? All this and more next time. Catch us later. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comments.